how do we know just which lesson in life we're supposed to get from a lesson? This has to do with when I was in Japan training, and it ties together such different things as mosquitoes, a sword, cigarettes. I hated mosquitoes as a kid because I was so different anyway, and I used to get bit and swell up. So whenever I just saw mosquitoes, I'd cringe or just try to get out of the way. And what happened in Japan was one day, I'd been there 2 months. It was after morning class. And I'd taken this sword. It wasn't real, it was wooden, but it's deadly enough. I mean, you can still put somebody out with it. There was a mosquito buzzing around right after class. And so what I do, I was really into red energy then. You're supposed to train hard and show that you're getting better every day. So I take the sword, the mosquito's buzzing over there, and so what I do is I go like that, and I hit it with a sword.
You hit the mosquito?
Yeah! And I thought, this is getting very good. I'm getting very good here, right? And my teacher at the time was sitting around after class, and he saw that. And then he said, Jack! And I thought, uh-oh, because I'm supposed to be studying this art, meaning Aikido, that's supposed to teach the sanctity of life, and I just killed a mosquito using this sword. On the other hand, I did it well, so I didn't know whether I was going to get So, you know, he's sitting there, you know, he was always a contradiction, very wise in some ways, puffing away on a cigarette, you know. And so he comes in and says, bring me the mosquito. And so I do. And he says, I'm going to start breathing on it. I'm going to kokyu-suru, which is to put the breath of life on it. And so he does. He starts breathing on it. And then he says, I want you to do the same thing. So I take the mosquito, I start breathing on it, and it's all crunched up and it's crunched like this.
Yeah.
I keep on breathing on it, and it starts to expand. It starts to kind of straighten out. It starts to come back to life. I mean, I thought it was dead. It's about to fly off, and he says, give me the mosquito. What a wonderful lesson about the sanctity of life. Gee, I've held this mosquito that I killed, and it's sort of come back to life miraculously with my own breath. How can I ever commit a violent act for the rest of my life? So I give him the mosquito, and he puts it in the ashtray. And he takes a cigarette, which is lit and burning, and puts it on the mosquito. Zzz, fries the mosquito. And my mind starts to go, what's going on here? What am I supposed to get? Okay, so he says, get your sword. And he says, I'm going to teach you something very valuable. This is the power of what we call ki, which is a spiritual yell. And he says, do you know that you can stop a sword, not just with your hands, but with a yell? And so he says, I want you to come in and I want you to hit me with that sword. So, you know, I said, okay. So, you know, I come in there and I go like this. And he really, right as the sword's coming down, he just reaches out with his hands and he goes like this. And he also goes, bang! And he catches the sword, stops it right cold, and then he just pivots and he throws it.
Wow.
And then he looks at me and he says, you know, if you had ki-eyed, you'd have killed that mosquito. And I'm going like, what's the lesson? What's the lesson?